We have mapped more of the surface of Mars than the floor of our own ocean. Let that sit for a second. The planet we live on, the one we call home, is more unknown to us than a planet 25 million kilometers away. And in that unmapped darkness, in the parts of Earth we have never seen, things have been found, sounds have been recorded, structures have been discovered, objects have appeared on sonar that nobody can explain. Today we open 4 of the most genuinely unexplained ocean mysteries ever documented. Not legends, not folklore. Real documented discoveries with real scientific evidence that nobody has been able to fully explain. Let's open the vault. Mystery 1. The bloop. The sound that should not exist, the Pacific Ocean. The United States military has a secret network of underwater microphones sitting on the ocean floor, originally built during the Cold War to track Soviet submarines. The system is called SOSU's Sound Surveillance System. It listens to everything. And in the summer of 1997 it heard something it had never heard before. NOAA detected an ultra-low frequency, powerful sound deep in the Pacific Ocean. The sound was so loud it was picked up over 5,000 kilometers of ocean. 5,000 kilometers. That means multiple microphones placed thousands of kilometers apart from each other, all recorded the same sound simultaneously. For context, the loudest animal on Earth, the blue whale, produces sounds detectable from around 100 kilometers away. Whatever made the bloop was significantly louder than the loudest animal known to exist. The sound had characteristics consistent with a biological origin, meaning whatever made it was alive. But no known creature on Earth, no whale, no squid, no fish is large enough to produce a sound of that amplitude. The calculations suggested whatever created the bloop would need to be larger than any animal ever recorded in Earth's history. For years, nobody could explain it. The official explanation that eventually emerged, scientists determined that the sound was from an ice quake or a large iceberg breaking away from an Antarctic glacier. But here is what they do not tell you in the headline. Some experts remain skeptical, pointing out that the bloop's characteristics don't fully match those of known ice-related seismic activity. As a result, the sound remains a partial mystery and continues to be a subject of debate and intrigue in the scientific community. The bloop was not the only unexplained sound NOAA recorded. There were others: Julia, train, slow down, upsweep, each one a low-frequency anomaly with no fully satisfying explanation. The ocean is making sounds we cannot identify, and the microphones that caught them were built for war, not for mystery. Mystery 2. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. The object that disabled electronics, the Baltic Sea. 87 meters below the surface. A Swedish exploration team called Ocean X is scanning the seafloor looking for shipwrecks and salvage opportunities. Their sonar returns something unexpected. A peculiar formation found nearly 300 feet below the surface, a 60-meter diameter structure resembling a giant disk. The sonar image was immediately striking. The circular formation featured shapes and lines that sparked speculation ranging from natural geology to alien technology. Sonar scans revealed a structure that resembled a crashed spacecraft, even drawing comparisons to the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars, complete with what appeared to be a long trail or skid mark extending behind it. Now, before we get into the theories, here is the thing that makes the Baltic Sea anomaly different from every other mysterious underwater structure story: the equipment. When Ocean X divers went down to investigate, their electronic equipment started malfunctioning. Satellite phones cut out. Cameras stopped working. Dive computers behaved erratically. Every time they moved away from the anomaly, the equipment worked normally. Every time they approached it, it failed. This is documented. Multiple divers, multiple pieces of equipment. Consistent, reproducible malfunction in proximity to the object. So what is it? Skeptics suggest the anomaly is simply a natural formation, possibly left by glacial activity. Sampling missions have recovered common rocks such as granite and sandstone, which supports a geological explanation. The Baltic Sea is notoriously difficult to scan accurately. The unique salinity gradients and temperature shifts in the water can severely distort sonar readings, often making natural geological formations look artificial. A 2033 geological review demonstrated that various biological and geological processes, such as fluid expulsion and gas venting, can create incredibly precise geometric shapes in the seafloor. So natural formation? Possibly, almost probably. But the equipment malfunctions have no geological explanation, none. And that is the part that keeps researchers coming back. Mystery 3. The Yonaguni Monument, Japan's underwater city off the coast of Yonaguni Island, Japan. A diving instructor named Kihakiro Arataki is exploring a section of reef he had not visited before. Beneath the surface, he finds something that stops him completely. Steps, carved steps, leading up to a flat platform, with right angles, with walls, with what appears to be a road running alongside it. The Yonaguni monument is approximately 50 meters long, 25 meters wide, and 8 meters tall. It has right angles, pyramid-like structures, aspects that would typically resemble a forgotten city, buried beneath the sea. And here is where it gets genuinely significant. The structure sits at a depth that would have been above sea level approximately 10,000 to 12,000 years ago during the last ice age, when sea levels were significantly lower than today. Which means, if it is man-made, it was built before recorded human civilization began, before the pyramids, before Stonehenge, before any structure in the official historical record. The debate between geologists is real and ongoing. The Natural Formation Camp argues the monument is the result of geological processes. The sandstone in this region fractures along natural right angles due to its crystalline structure. The steps, the platforms, the walls, all explainable by natural erosion and fracturing. The human construction camp points to features that are difficult to explain naturally, carvings that appear intentional, a triangular depression that looks precisely cut, parallel trenches that align in ways that suggest design rather than chance. The man who discovered it, Masaaki Kimura, a marine geologist from the University of the Ryukyus, spent years diving the structure and concluded it was man-made. He identified what he believed were carved faces, a stadium-like area, and systems of roads. Most mainstream geologists disagree, but nobody has definitively proven either position. Mystery 4. The underwater waterfall. The largest waterfall on Earth is invisible. This one is not a mystery in the traditional sense. It has a scientific explanation. But it is so fundamentally strange, so completely counterintuitive, that most people refuse to believe it when they first hear it. The largest waterfall on Earth is not in Venezuela, not in Zambia, not in Norway. It is underwater, in the Denmark Strait between Greenland and Iceland. Earth's largest waterfall is actually underwater in the Denmark Strait, where colder water tumbles over a huge drop in the ocean floor, falling 11,500 feet. The largest land waterfall is only 3,212 feet, 3.5 kilometers of water falling straight down, continuously, right now, at a volume that dwarfs every surface waterfall on Earth combined, and it is completely invisible from above. Here is how it works. Cold water is denser than warm water. The water on the Greenland side of the Denmark Strait is significantly colder and denser than the water on the other side. When these two water masses meet, the cold, dense water does not mix. It sinks, and the ocean floor drops away sharply at that point, creating a massive underwater cliff that the cold water cascades down continuously. The reason this belongs in this video is not because it is unexplained. It is because it is a reminder of something more unsettling. The ocean contains phenomena so large, so significant, so physically dramatic, that they have been happening for thousands of years without any human being aware of them. If we missed a 3.5 kilometer waterfall, what else are we missing? 4 mysteries, 4 documented, real, scientifically investigated phenomena. A sound louder than any animal alive, partially explained, partially not. A 60-meter disk on the ocean floor that disables electronics, probably geological, definitely strange. An underwater monument 10,000 years old, either the oldest human structure ever found or an extraordinary natural formation. A 3.5 kilometer waterfall nobody knew existed for most of human history. Here is the number that should stay with you. 95% of Earth's oceans remain unmapped, unexplored, unseen. The ocean covers 71% of our planet. It has an average depth of 3,680 meters. Its deepest point, the Mariana Trench, is 11 kilometers straight down. If you drop Mount Everest into it, the peak would still be more than a kilometer underwater, and in all of that we have seen 5%. The Bloop, the Baltic Anomaly, Yonaguni, the Denmark Strait Cataract, these were found in the explored fraction. The vault is 95% still locked. Which of these 4 hit you hardest? The sound nobody can fully explain, the object that kills electronics, the monument that rewrites history, the waterfall nobody knew existed? Drop it in the comments, and tell me, what do you think we are going to find in the other 95%? New video every Tuesday.